Jane started her clutter clearing 7-step journey in January 2021. As Jane explains, I first went searching for help to clear my clutter in 2008. I had already tried a local lady who said she could come to my home and help me blitz it in a day or two. When I then arranged for her to come and see my clutter so that she could tell me exactly how many days it would take and what the cost would be, she told me she couldn't help me and that I was mentally ill. She was the first person I'd allowed through my front door in years. So for her, a stranger, to be so unprofessional and judgmental really hurt. I now realise from my life timeline that the experience actually set me back a few years because I assumed I was beyond help and everyone would react the same way. Then in 2020, I heard Claire on a local radio phone-in, and she was talking about how people with clutter start by focusing on the wrong thing: organisation, storage, and getting rid of things. It was as if she was talking directly to me and knew what I had been doing. I visited the clutter clearing website, signed up for the free video, and suddenly it all made sense. I realised Claire really understood the problem. I could see why that expert had said what she had said. She clearly didn't understand about the clutter conveyor belt. I didn't start my journey immediately. I've been impulsive in the past and wasted money on what I thought would be the silver bullet with my clutter. So I joined a couple of the free social gatherings that Claire did in 2020. I saved up and decided to just try the journey for 3 months in the new year, 2021, as a private journey member to see if it worked for me. I knew I needed the accountability and support of Claire to make sure it didn't become yet another course that I started enthusiastically for a week or two and then gave up on. So, between deciding in the September and actually starting, I did something I've never done before. I budgeted and saved to make sure that I had the money for the 3 months. I somewhat nervously started my journey in the new year and found the hardest thing to do wasn't watching the videos, but getting into a routine of watching the videos. I didn't appreciate just how easily distracted I got and how hard it was to focus and concentrate, even when I was really interested in what I was learning. I was as bad as my pet Springer Spaniel. I eventually got into a routine of watching my journey videos first thing in the morning after breakfast. People don't tend to bother me in the morning because they don't know what time I get up, and I just made afternoon appointments when I needed any. The door sheet exercise on step 1 was a revelation. To realise how just £20 of impulse spending a week, which I would justify by telling myself I deserved a treat, turned into £1,040 of impulse spending a year. That shocked me. I was doing over 4 times that. So when I stopped it, it was enough to continue as a private client for my entire journey. By the time I reached step 4, Mount Everest, I had made so many shifts in my thinking and created so many new habits that I was shocked at how easily I was able to make decisions and let go. I had a completely different perspective on things that had previously paralysed me. I was surprised how few sentimental things I found that I actually wanted to keep, and I thoroughly enjoyed my sentimental project time for the things I did decide to keep. Of course, I had bad days and tough weeks. When I started step 3, I realised I needed the extra support of a therapist to explore and understand some of the things on my life timeline. The money I had saved since step 1 meant that I had that option, which made a huge difference to the speed of progress and the number of bad days and tough weeks that I had. We can all do the shoulda, coulda, woulda talk of shame, as I call it. But if we're not careful, the shame and guilt will stop us from living a happy, fulfilling life. Now that I'm living my completely clutter-free best life, I can honestly say that it was worth all the time, energy, and effort to get here. You can't put a price on having peace of mind. You can clear your clutter fast or you can clear your clutter forever, but you can't clear your clutter forever fast. If you're ready to get the help and support you need to succeed, simply click on the link with this video to find out how I can help you to get started now.